and the bike's done. I had it done Friday evening, and I started it up, and it runs really good. So I definitely did everything right with that top end, putting the rings in right and all that good stuff, because it's just been running great. I took it out yesterday and rode it out on some trails, and it did excellent. I put new gear oil in there, so I guess when I got it, it must have been low because it wasn't leaking. But when I put new gear oil in it, well, it wasn't gear oil, just 10W40. Started leaking out right here, and you can see what happened to somebody was this chain came off and broke this chain guard that connected here and here and kind of covered part of this. Broke it off, and when that happened, it slapped the case here and put a nice crack in it. Somebody tried to fix it with some probably really low grade epoxy. It was almost a paper type epoxy the way it came off. It looked like it had shreds in it. But anyway, I used some JB Weld on that, and man, it fixed it right up. It hasn't leaked a bit. So next to do is I gotta order my spacers, order a new clutch cable, because that's not right there. That's not supposed to be like that. I gotta order a new back brake line for the other side off the master cylinder to the caliper. I really want to order some new radiators, because this bolt here was cracked. A little bitty plastic bolt. I cracked it whenever I put it back on. It just barely got it snug, and it ended up breaking off. So I just used a little epoxy on it to keep it there for now until I get a new one. But radiators are only like 79 bucks, and I think these need replaced anyway. Plus I need the radiator guards. I'm going to order those. There's some little fins that go in there. I need to order a couple new levers, that one and that one. They both fully function. I mean, they're both working fine. They're not the way they're supposed to be. I'm going to try to order some decals for it, for this front, for the sides and the back there, and the fins. I put the new springs and the exhaust gaskets on with the copper ring. It's still leaking a bit, so I don't know what I can do about it. I might just have to order a new exhaust or something. Maybe that's worn out. So I'll probably look into that. And then of course a new silencer to go with it on the back. Probably just go with like some Pro Circuit all the way front to back, depending on the price. Definitely want to get a new seat cover. It's definitely not bad, you know, for a 20-year-old bike. But I'd like to get something better looking. Other than that, it's fully riding right now. It's a lot of fun to ride, so I guess I'm gonna turn this off and I'll try to set it up so I can get video of it running. So stay tuned. Alright, so I'm gonna give it a few kicks here. See if we can get it started. It's not too bad starting. There it is. So you can see that exhaust leak there. Other than that, it runs pretty awesome. Alright, so there you had a chance to finally see it running. I haven't had it that long, but I did want to get it running before I spent any money on it, you know. So now I'm going to start ordering, like I said, the rest of the stuff. I was thinking I was going to have to order a whole lot of bolts because like each one of these covers was missing almost at least one bolt per cover, sometimes two. There were some bolts missing here. Each radiator was missing at least one bolt. The motor mount on the bottom there has a bolt that goes through and nuts on the other side. It was missing, but so I replaced that. I had one of them that actually had some parts from my Honda that I ordered online. So I had that. I had actually all the nuts and bolts that fit all the radiators, all the fenders. I even had the two nuts that go here, fit all the threads perfect because they were all, you know, metric for that bike. So I had plenty of extra since that one's got every nut and bolt that it was missing. And so I had all those bolts, fortunately. This one down here, this cover takes 2 bolts. One was broken off in there, so I was going to remove it with my bolt remover kit. When you break the head off, it'll remove them. But unfortunately, it wasn't able to turn it out. I would have probably had to soak it overnight. So I went ahead and just threaded. I used my tap and die and threaded in a new bolt inside of the old bolt. So I didn't harm the original thread. So if I can ever get it out, I'll take it out. But I went ahead and threaded a new bolt inside of there, so it threaded in perfect and put a lock nut on it. So other than that, little things I fixed. So I found out that this tube here, it goes down, it's just an air line, so it's supposed to actually run straight down the side of the bike and down to the bottom. So I'm going to have to find a longer tube to make that look right, because right now it looks like it's supposed to be somewhere when it's really not. This tube here is the fuel breather. I need a longer one. It's supposed to go in this hole here, but as soon as you turn the wheel, it's going to pop out. So I'm going to get a longer one of them. Quite a few things I'm going to be ordering up when I get paid. So stay tuned and we'll see what else we can throw on this bike. Definitely a decal kit. I don't know how soon I'll order it because they were just a little over $100, but I really don't want the front fender or the rear fender decal. So if I can get the kit without that, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get a number for the front and then the side decals if I can do that. So other than that, just little things here and there. So when I had it running earlier, I noticed a small puddle of gear oil underneath the thing, and I thought it was leaking again somewhere, but it actually wasn't. It was the overflow tube. So the first time when I filled it, it didn't overflow. It was just leaking out there. But this time, I guess when I put it in, I put about the same I did in last time. I think it's like 0.8 liters. So I went ahead and put that again because I figured most or all of it drained out, but there was still a little bit in there. The sight gauge on the other side for the gear oil, you can't hardly see. So I think it's either dirty or it's just overfull. But it'll just run out the bottom there. It won't hurt anything. It'll just run out the bottom when I'm riding or whenever it's running, So other than that, I need to get an air filter. So we'll see. We'll see what I can get ordered this week, and it's going to be a sweet bike. Luckily, I already had this pad. This pad was on that bike when I got it, and it's obviously not for that kind of bike or for those kind of handlebars. So it actually fits on here perfectly. And these are actually Pro Taper handlebars and the handlebar lockers. So fortunately I had all that to match it. So now I just need to get some radiator fins. I probably said a lot of this stuff, but we'll see what I can get. Probably order up some new hoses and stuff that run the fuel and stuff. Those are kind of grimy looking and probably going to crack before long. So I'll probably order up some new hoses and that kind of thing. So stay tuned and we'll see how sweet we can make this bike look. Even now it looks pretty good now. It's been all cleaned up. So it's going to live the rest of its life inside. Fortunately, it won't have any more rust on it. So I'll try to keep it cleaned up. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.